Hello, I'm Teresa Halverson with the Manor at Blue Water Bay, and I'm serving as this year's chairman of the board for the Niceville Valparaiso Chamber of Commerce. We're pleased to be interviewing candidates for local offices, and we hope that these interviews will help you seek information to be an informed voter. Joining us today is Sherry Cox. Hi, Sherry, candidate for Okaloosa County School Board, District 2. Thank you for coming to speak with us, Sherry.
Thank you very much for having me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I'm Sherry Cox. I am the vice chair of the Republican Party here in Okaloosa County. I have been politically involved here for a little over 20 years. I have a business here in real estate development consulting, and ironically, political consulting has sort of made its way back into that time and time again. So that's sort of where I come from. Lobby a lot voluntarily, and so we call that advocacy, for area industry and such. So just hoping to be able to get in there and do some good for our schools.
Awesome. Well, what unique qualities or skills do you have that make you the best candidate to serve on the school board?
So this time, the seat that's vacant on the school board is Dewey Destin's old seat.
Okay.
And that leaves, a hole where there was previously a member of the school board who was not a former school district employee, not a non-teacher, a non-educator, and that person was a very big business component of the school board. He was very, very diligent about exploring the aging schools and facilities throughout the district. I know that he had a lot of hands-on work involved in the restoration of Etheridge Stadium, which was near and dear to our hearts, because my daughter is Max Bringer's granddaughter, and he's who built that stadium. So, when he announced that he would not be seeking re-election, a family member of his reached out to me that day. I was actually on the way to Tallahassee to a veterans event that Judge Maney and I were going to be attending for the late Michael Flint. So I told him that day, the family member of Mr. Destin's, that I would consider it. I did. I prayed over it for exactly 1 month, and on April 9th, 1 month later, I submitted my paperwork to file.
Okay, awesome. What do you feel is the biggest challenge facing Okaloosa County schools today?
So the biggest challenge we have right now, I think, is that there's deteriorating morale. So there's deteriorating morale. I feel like I've heard enough from the teachers and the students and the parents, really sort of equally, that there are different components kind of feeding into that. Some of it's, scandal, and some of it's school environment. Some of it is the actual the actual schools and facilities themselves have been just in ill repair. I won't necessarily say that it's maintenance's fault, because having built hotels and that myself with Max Bringer's son, we know that things won't last forever, even when they're very, very well maintained. So you have to get back in there and get our hands dirty sometimes and see what we can do in those budgets and that to be able to fix them, and that hasn't been done in a long, long time.
Okay, so what would be a plan to address one of those challenges for you?
The plan to address the challenges really is this school sales tax. I support the sales tax. It's not a super popular Republican position to be taking, but I'll take the tomatoes for that. I have many times now already, but it's necessary. It's you can draw a conservative hard line, but at the expense of our children is just a little bit too hard of a line. It's better for our community and the life that we love here to present a better picture and a better future for them and our educators.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. Please share a closing message to our voters, something you'd like to share with them right now.
Well, my name is Sherry Cox. I'm running for School Board District 2. I'm running to better serve our district, just as Mr. Destin had been serving our district, to expose those aging schools and facilities and to roll our sleeves up and get something done about it. I am a non-school district employee, haven't worked in the district, really think that the change necessary is just to rebuild those structures and to keep moving forward.
Very well. Well, Sherry, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate your willingness to serve Okaloosa County, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Joining us now is Marty Gardner, candidate for Okaloosa County School Board District 2. Thank you for coming to speak with us today, Marty.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was born, raised, educated in Okaloosa County, along with my husband and our two boys, Travis and Trey. I tell people I have deep roots in Okaloosa County, and I truly do. His parents, Joyce and J.C. Gardner, lived in Valpy for 40-something years in the Niceville area. Mrs. Gardner was she was a third grade teacher for 30 years at Valparaiso Elementary. And Mr. Gardner was the very first principal at Ruckle Middle School. And my parents were both educators. My mom was a guidance counselor at Choctawhatchee High School. My dad was the athletic director. He retired as an athletic director. But my dad was also, many people don't know, he was the first football coach for the great Niceville High School.
Wow.
So my roots really do run deep in education.
I would say they do. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that. What unique qualities or skills do you have that would make you the best serve on the school board?
Well, I think experience goes a long way. I have 38 years experience. I started out as a classroom assistant working with children with special needs. I, from there, went to teach grades 3, 4, and 6. I left the classroom and became a media specialist. I had the fortune to go to the district office, and I was the instructional technology specialist for the entire district. After a year or two in the district, I wanted so bad to get back into school with children. I had the good fortune to become a principal. First principal job was at Blue Water Elementary. And and then I went from there over to Destin, so I was fortunate to be at 2 high-performing schools. And luckily, my last 4 years, I was called up to the district office. Didn't think I'd ever go back to the district, but I had the great fortune to work with all of the elementary principals, and I was the director of curriculum and instruction for our elementary schools.
So lots and lots of experience.
Lots of experience, and all my degrees are current. I have all current degrees at this point.
Wonderful. What do you feel is the biggest challenge facing Okaloosa County schools at this time?
I think we all kind of know what that is, and that is the COVID in reopening of the schools. And I've talked to many parents, and what I said last week is probably different than what I would say this week. The one thing I would tell everyone, our parents, and I know everybody's very nervous, and what we say today is more than likely not going to be what tomorrow may look like. But I would encourage everybody to go to the Okaloosa County School District webpage. There is the document called Reopening Schools, and the district is keeping that updated with what's coming down from the state and what's coming down from the CDC. And I would just have to say that are going to be our biggest challenge. And the district is committed to keeping those children safe and those employees safe. And we just all have to really work together and to make this happen.
So communication and
education, and you know, there's not going to be one perfect plan. And you have to look at your family and decide what's best for your family. And if you decide to send your child to school, then please work with the district, the principals, the teachers, because this is unprecedented time. And we all have to really work together on this to make it the best plan for everyone.
Very true. We're so lucky to live in such an area with awesome schools.
Absolutely.
Is there any sharing of closing messages you would like?
Well, I just want to say that I just have to thank everyone for all the support that I have received. I have just been humbled with the tremendous, again, support, encouragement that has been shown my way. I have been blessed to be endorsed by the Okaloosa County School District, our teachers, and our support staff at 92%. So I think that shows that I have worked closely with those individuals and gained their respect. Also, I was honored to receive the ECAR, Emerald Coast Association of Realtors endorsement. We respect those individuals tremendously. And please go to my Facebook page, which is Marty Gardner for School Board District 2, to know more about me and get those mail-in ballots marked and get those. Yes, August the 18th is coming around quickly to go vote, and I would greatly appreciate your consideration, and I would promise you I will work hard for the students and our employees for the Okaloosa County School District.
Well, Marty, thank you so much for joining us today, and we appreciate your willingness to serve Okaloosa County, and thank you and your family for all the education
Thank you.
in the county that you've done over the past few years.
It's been our honor, and again, I've retired, but I've got to get back into it. It is my passion.
We appreciate your passion. It's your privilege and honor and responsibility to be informed and to cast your vote. This is an important time in our world, and on behalf of the Niceville, Valparaiso Chamber of Commerce, we hope these interviews have helped you to get to know all the candidates a little better. Thank you for joining us, and we wish you and your family much health and wellness.